what it really do, gang. Welcome back to the channel. As always, you better be having a good day. Shit. Now with that being said, for you guys today, I have is Dark Outside, aka Dark World. It's a 42 card deck list. I think this is at least one of the best Dark World decks that there is right here. This combination of cards. I'm gonna explain to you why and everything towards the end of the video. We're gonna do a card by card breakdown and description and everything on the whole deck list, so no worries on that. I did take the Max C challenge. Crazy. I did it twice, but I'm probably gonna only show you once. We'll see. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe to the boy, because I would greatly appreciate it. Enough talking. Let's get into them replays. Right, guys, here we are for the first replay of the day. And we went second. This one was against Trap Tricks. And it's the main going second replay that I'm going to show you, because it's going second. You're just going to hit cards that pop cards. You could break boards with this deck like it's nobody's problem, right? So here they're going to special summon the Purica. Well, normal summon the Purica, right? So that way they could search out their Trap Trip Garden. They're going to set that thing down. And then with this monster, they're going to link off into the Sarah. Bring it out here. That's going to trigger their field spell. They're going to special summon the Dynea. That's going to allow them to special summon the Purica back onto the field, setting down attractive Halatea. They're going to activate that thing's effect, sending down all the normal trap to the graveyard so they can special summon that. That's going to trigger the Sarah. Sarah is going to special summon a Arachnochampa onto the field. Then with both of these monsters, they're going to Exceed Summon into the Rafflesia, right? Bring it out here onto the field. Then with both of these monsters, they're going to Exceed Summon into the Punglucula. These names are so weird, bro. Anyways, that thing's going to get to pop off, searching them another Arachompia, right? Then they're going to activate the Lord of Heavenly Prison and end their turn, right? I think this is a full Trap Tricks board, if I'm not mistaken. If they would have had traps, they would have set them down, right? But I guess not. So here they hit us with the Max C, and I'm like, okay, bet, congratulations, we don't care. So I'm going to set down my Dark World Archives, right? Then I'm going to activate the Gateman. And the reason why I'm activating this first is because I already have my field spell. So if they negate this, then it's a bait. I'm fine with that. Going to send that to the graveyard. They're going to activate the Rafaela, which basically sends a trap to the graveyard. And this thing becomes that trap's effect. So they send down a Graveyard's Trap Hole, which basically negates my Gateman, and I'm fine with that. Honestly speaking, we're okay. That's what I wanted, to bait it out. So they're going to activate the Sarah, setting down a Floodgate Trap Hole. But the thing about that is that they don't get to activate it this turn, so I don't even have to worry about that thing for real. So we're going to set down the Gate of the Dark World, my field spell, right? We're going to activate that thing's effect, banishing Argenta, right? They're going to activate their Halatua, which basically is going to allow them to special summon their Dionysia onto the field again. Bring it out here. Still, I'm going to send my Raven to the graveyard, searching out, well, actually just drawing out a Borrow, right? Then I'm going to activate this thing's second effect, getting rid of another one of our Dark World monsters. And the Genta is going to special summon itself onto the field. And my Rainbow is going to allow me to search out a Grapha. And here they activated the Pingula, which basically allows them to suck up my Rainbow. And then they're going to special summon their Arachompia onto the field, right? I'm sorry if I'm butchering names, bro. I don't have my glasses. So yeah, they suck up my Rainbow, which is not that big of a deal, but I would have rather they didn't do it, but it's fine, right? So here, Argenta is going to special summon itself onto the field, and I'm going to get rid of a card. I got rid of the Bobo, because the Bobo basically says that you draw a card, bro. And this thing, when you get rid of one of your Fiend monsters, especially your Dark Worlds, you get to draw 2 cards as well. So here we get another Grapha. I activate that thing, send the Grapha to the graveyard. That way I could pop a card on the field. So here I pop the Purica, right? Get that thing out of here. Then I'm going to special summon my Grapha, right? By sending this thing back to the hand, activating its effect again. That way I could search out another field spell. So here the field spell, I'm going to activate it once again. I'm going to activate its effect, banishing the Barrow, because we don't need it anymore, right? That way I can send out another Grapha to the graveyard. That way I can pop another card. And I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I wasn't reading any effect on this board because I didn't care. That's how I play this deck, bro. So I go for this thing. It's indestructible. I didn't even know. So I'm going to activate my Nemesis Corridor, right? Bring that thing onto the field. I'm going to basically tribute so I can get a Thunder Dragon Colossus. And this is one of the reasons why the Nemesis is really good. It's either a level 4 that you could go into Grapha with. Where is it? You could use to go into this thing, or it's a level 8 that's gonna help you go into this thing, which is crazy, right? So here I'm gonna activate Magenta again. Or actually we went for the Salamander Catalyzer, right? That way we could special summon that thing. And we both for these monsters, we're going to the numero 97. At this point I realized I didn't have any interruption, so I'm like, yeah, let's just end the game. We're gonna get rid of a monster, bring the numero 100 onto the field, give it an attachment, get rid of that thing, get myself an huge attack boost, because it's 4 ranks plus 8 ranks. You get 1,000 attack points per rank, plus the rank that you have is 13,000 damage, bro. Slap her in the face. This thing says that this thing can be destroyed, but I don't need to destroy it. I just need to slap it one time. Play the numero package, bro. Play the little numero package, because it's gonna help you close out games really quick. With that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright, gang, here we are for the next replay of the day. Now listen, bro, I made a huge mistake in this replay, and I don't want you flaming me in the comment section because of it. I'm blind. That's all you need to know. So yeah, I believe we went first. Yes, we did. So essentially, when you're playing this deck, when you're basically relying a lot on the danger cards, so you're basically gambling a lot, bro. But you could make smart decisions based on the Dark World cards that you get, right? So here we have our Gateman. So we're gonna, Argenta. So we're gonna activate this effect so we can search out our field spell, right? So here I didn't have many options, because yeah, I have a Fiend monster to discard with this thing, so I could banish this thing, right? So that's what I'm going to do, banish Magenta. Then I'm going to discard the Danger Chupacabra, right? That way I could get myself a Grapha. So we're gonna activate this thing's effect, special summon it onto the field. Then I'm gonna normal summon the Nemesis Corridor. That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes you don't have to use it to go into the Thunder Dragon Colossus. And then I'm gonna go into the Grapha. With the Grapha, I'm gonna get rid of 2 materials, so I could draw 2 cards and get rid of one. So here I get rid of the Bro, which is gonna allow me to draw another card, right? We draw into another danger card. I activate the danger, we hit a Grapha. That way we could draw another card. The Grapha basically says that you could pop a card on the field, but they don't have any cards, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna hit the Danger Foot. That's gonna hit the Mothman. So I'm gonna special summon that thing. We got 2 level 8s onto the field. I'm gonna activate the Mothman effect to draw another card. With the danger card, we hit a Jackalope, right? So then here they have to discard a card, so they discarded the Trevor Gamer Carrier. I'm like, okay, bet, congratulations. So here with the effect of the Jackalope, because it allows me to special summon another monster, I go for another level 8, because 3 level 8s, we're gonna Exceed summon into the Coach King Giant Trainer. Now this thing is the crackiest freaking card that you're ever gonna see in your life. Watch this. You get to activate this effect, get rid of a material, you get to draw a card. If it's a monster, slap your opponent for 800. Do it again. Send that thing. If it's a monster, slap your opponent for 800. Do it again. If it's a monster, slap your opponent for 800. This is crazy. So then I'm gonna activate Magenta again, right? Send it to the graveyard, get myself another field spell. Get rid of the other field spell by setting down my new field spell. Activate the field spell. We're gonna banish the Danger Chupacabra because it is a Fiend monster, right? We don't need it anymore. And then we're gonna send my Snow to the graveyard. That way we could draw a card. With the effect of the Snow, I'm gonna search out any one of my other Dark World cards. So here we go for the Beiji, right? Bring it onto my hand. We're gonna activate the Danger Thunderbird. It's gonna hit itself. That's just sad, bro, because it doesn't do anything. So now we're gonna activate our Tonchimoko, and then we hit one of our dangerous cards, which is amazing. So that way now we can special summon that thing, because when you discard it by card effect, you basically get to special summon it. Then I'm going to bring out my Grapha back onto the field by returning this thing back to the hand, because if we hit it again with another danger, then we can special summon it again, right? So with all 4 of these monsters, we're going to link off into the Saryua Skull Dread. Bring it out onto the field, and since we did use 4 monsters, we're gonna get to draw 3 cards. I send back the Grapha. I send back I forgot what other card I sent, but I sent 3 cards back. Then I'm going to activate the Salamander by sending the Snow to the graveyard, right, which is gonna trigger the Snow again. Snow is gonna search me out our Dark World archives. We're gonna set that thing down. We're gonna activate our Danger World Tunchiko, and we're gonna hit the Mothman. Unfortunately, I was hoping not to hit it, but it is what it is. And then this thing basically just gives an attack boost every time you do that. So I'm gonna special summon a monster that this thing's second effect, or one of its effects right here. So I decided to special summon the Blackwing because this thing is some cracky sauciness. Also, we have 2 level 4s, right? So with both of these level 4s, we're just going to link off into the IP Masquerena. The main reason I did this is because I needed a way to send this to the graveyard. That's why we didn't go into an Exceed monster, because now I get to activate that thing's effect, bring my field spell back to the hand, and I can reuse it. Set that thing down, activate its effect, banish a free end monster, get rid of my Dark World monster, and draw into a danger, right? And because this thing was discarded, which is what I was hoping to do, and because of this thing's effect, I could discard another free end monster, right? So I discarded that thing, draw 2 cards. This thing gets to special summon itself on the field, and we're back again having 2 level 4 monsters on the field, right? Then we're gonna activate the effect of the Nessie. Nessie's gonna activate to get us another danger card. So we're gonna use this thing's second effect, getting rid of our Genta because we already used 3 of our field spell. Then we're gonna activate the Jackalope, right? That's gonna hit. Unfortunately, we hit the Nessie, but it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. Now we get another body onto the field. Then I'm gonna bring the Grapha back onto the field as well. Again, this thing just gonna give him an attack boost with all 4 of these monsters. We are gonna go into the Appaloosa. Bring her out here. Then I'm gonna activate the Dark World Ascension, banishing 2 monsters, including the Grapha. That way I could fusion summon into the Dragon Overlord of the Dark World, right? That's gonna trigger this thing, bring it back onto the field, get rid of another one of our cards. We're gonna hit the snow, so that way we could search out a Grapha. The reason why I'm searching out the Grapha is because when I negate something on the field, or any effect that I negate, if they have another card on the field, this is gonna pop a card as well. And that's my board, right? So here we could have made a Abyss Dweller and stuff like that, but I wanted to end up with this board better because it just, we gotta bounce back. This thing doesn't really matter. We have a negate and we have 4 monster negates, which is crazy, and we have a pop card on the field potentially, right? Or with this thing we could freaking special summon it, so it doesn't matter. So here they're gonna special summon the Fallen of Alvas, right? They're gonna activate that thing's effect, and I'm like, nah, Appaloosa that thing. I don't want to see it. Get it out of my face. So that thing is negated. Then they're gonna use this thing's effect because unfortunately this thing is a dragon, so they get to special summon this thing off of the thing by basically tributing 2 monsters. So now this thing gets to attack twice. I wasn't thinking about it at the time because I never seen anybody do it. Then they activate the kit, and I decide to negate it with the Appaloosa before letting it go on the field. And the reason why I was doing that is because I felt that if they're activating that thing, then they don't have an Aluber in the hand. So that's why I wanted to negate it now. So negate that thing, get it out of my face, right? But unfortunately, they did have the Cartesia. Again, this guy had an amazing opening hand, honestly speaking. But I gotta negate that thing because I don't want it on the field. Even if I negate it, they get to use it on the next turn. So I gotta keep that thing in their hand. In their hand. So they go into the battle phase. Here, I'm a meathead, bro. What I should have done was activate the IP Masquerade, but I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't realize that it said it was going into the battle phase because I'm blind. But either way, now they get to attack twice. I could have just bounced this thing back and we would have been good with a unicorn, but it is what it is. Now I lose 2 of my Link monsters. I'm like, sad times. They're gonna activate the Branded in Red, right? Bringing the Fallen of Alvas back into the hand. Now with 2 of these monsters, the Fallen of Alvas in the kit, they're gonna fusion summon into the Ring Drum, bring it out onto the field, and now they're gonna activate the Branded Fusion. This guy had a crazy hand and actually baited and destroyed my board, right? Again, I could have bounced this thing back, but I didn't, right? So they're gonna activate the Branded Fusion. I'm gonna activate this thing to negate it because I already know that at some point in time this thing is just gonna negate me anyways, so I'm fine with that. I don't really care, right? So this thing's gonna get negated and get put back into the deck, which it is what it is, right? They already went through the battle phase, so I'm not worried about them building a board anymore. It is what it is. So now they're gonna go into the Albion, right? They're gonna activate the Albion's effect, banishing 2 monsters, a Mercurier and a Fallen of Alvas, and that's gonna get them a Lubellion. That's gonna trigger the Mercurier. That's gonna trigger the Lubellion. They're gonna send the Blazing Cartesia into the graveyard, and they're gonna use both of these monsters to go into the Mirror Jade, the Ice Jade Dragon. You're looking at this board, right? You're probably wondering, DC, how you gonna break this? I don't have to break the board, bro. So they're gonna activate the Shredded Dragon, right? Sending a trap to the graveyard, the Branded Retribution. They're gonna basically activate the Beast of Lubellion. Look at this guy going off, bro. Activate that thing's effect, setting down a Branded Regain. Then they're gonna activate this thing's effect to recycle the Branded in Red. Oh my goodness. Set down a card, activate the Blazing Criteria, bring it back to the hand. Activate the Albion Dragon, getting itself another Branded Fusion for next turn. You see this board, right? You just saw everything that happened, right? I just got one word to say to you, bro. 2 words. 3 words. Let me cook, right? Activate the Genta. Get rid of the Grapha, right? Now I'm going to pop a card on the field. I'm going to get rid of this thing because I don't need that thing onto the field. Out here, it's going to negate any one of my monsters from the extra deck, and I don't need that. That's also going to trigger my Dark World Archives, right? That's also going to trigger my Genta because we did banish it. So they're going to activate the Branded Regain, bringing the Genta back into my in my deck, so that way I don't get to special summon onto the field. So here I use the quick effect of the Dark World Ascension. So I'm gonna banish 2 monsters, right? The IP Masquerade and one of my Graphas. That way I can fusion summon into the Grapha, the fusion summon one, right? Bring it onto the field. Now we have a negate. This thing gets sent back into my deck, right? So I'm gonna get rid of the this thing. Sorry, I'm gonna get rid of the bow. That way I could draw a card with the effect of my spell, right? And then we get to draw 2 more cards, right? And then we get to pop that thing in the face with the Grapha. I'm gonna activate my bow, which allows me to basically draw another card. So here they're gonna activate the Mirror Jade, and I'm like, yeah, brother, congratulations, you played yourself. You basically just gave me another pop. They're gonna activate the Beast of Drillstrom, and I'm okay with that. They're gonna get rid of the bow, but the bow doesn't really matter because it's gonna still allow me to draw a card. Then I'm going to activate the Diabolica, which, because we did get rid of a Fiend monster, we get to special summon that thing, which is wild. As another level 8 onto the field, they get to special summon the Drillstrom, right? That thing gets negated, and by negating it, I send the Grapha to the graveyard. So now that thing gets negated, and I get to pop a card on the field. I pop the Branded in red, and they gotta show me one of their cards. Usually you do that during your first turn, so you can see what your opponent is playing. It's not optional, so they're gonna show it to you regardless. So here I draw into a card of destruction, right? So I'm gonna activate the Dark World Ascension. That way I could bring it back onto the hand, and I can basically send this thing to the graveyard, discarding it, which is gonna allow me to special summon it onto the field, right? Bring it out here. Then I basically get to send it back to the hand by special summoning the Grapha. So I have 2 level 8s, right? So here I'm like, they don't really have any more disruptions. So all I have to do, I don't have to break the board, bro. Watch this. Activate distance effect. Send the Beiji to the graveyard, special summon it, activate card of disruption, get rid of all of their cards, draw into a rainbow, right? Give them 3 more cards. I don't really care. And here I'm like, okay, 2 level 8s, number 97, Dragluvion. Oh my goodness. They're gonna activate the Abyssal Drillstrom, and I'm like, okay, bet, congratulations. They're gonna banish a monster. I'm gonna activate this thing's effect, bring the Numero Dragon onto the field, give it a material, detach it. We're gonna get 9,000 life points. Do the math, bro. Do the math. The math is GG's. That's the math. That's all it is. This deck is insane when it pops off. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright, again, here we are for the 3rd, 4th replay of the day. I don't remember which one it is, but this one's against Labyrinth, and this is I chose to show you this one to basically show you, do not play on this card's turn when they're playing combos. Do not be special summoning, setting down traps or anything, because you're risking getting bodied. You're gonna see. So we are going first. I'm gonna hit a Thunderbird, right? That's gonna hit our Salamander, so I gotta send that to the graveyard to special summon it. 1 level 8 on the field. We get to draw a card. Here they activate the Chandelier, and I'm like, okay, bet. Then they're gonna activate the Lady Labyrinth. I'm like, oh goodness, oh goodness. Go ahead, do what you need to do, bro. They're gonna special summon that thing onto the field, sitting down a Welcome Labyrinth, not knowing that I'm the one welcoming him to this L. So I hit another Thunderbird, sending a Blackwing Sephiroth to the graveyard while also enjoying a card, right? So here I'm gonna activate our Danger Chukunino, which basically allows us, because we hit it, so we get to special summon it onto the field, right? Then I'm gonna activate the Blackwing, bringing the Shukisino back into my hand, right? So I can special summon that thing onto the field. Then I'm going to activate that thing's effect, and this time we did hit a Dark World card, which I'm really happy for. So I get to special summon this thing, send that thing to the graveyard, and draw a card. So now I'm going to activate this thing's effect, getting myself a Grapha, right? So here I'm going to normal summon this thing. That way I can special summon my Regain by sending this thing back to the hand, and now we have 3 level 8s onto the field. Craziness. So with all of these monsters, we're going to Exceed summon into the Coach King Giant. Oh my, dude, this card is ridiculous. Again, get rid of a material, withdraw a spell, I don't get to slap my opponent. Get rid of a material, draw a monster, 800 damage to your face, sir. Get rid of a material, draw a card, it's a monster, slap him in the face. Set down my field spell, activate that thing's effect, banishing the Salamander, right? Then I'm gonna send the Snow into the graveyard. We're gonna join to a Danger Bigfoot. The Snow is gonna search me out a Gentile, right? So here I'm going to activate the Genta, send it to the graveyard so that way I can get myself the Gates of Dark World. Since we use one, I get to use it again, right? Activate that thing's effect, banish the Genta. Genta's gonna, well, I'm gonna get rid of the bow so I can basically draw 2 cards right here, right? Off of the field spell and off of the bow. Again, bow's gonna draw me another card. Genta's gonna special summon itself onto the field, right? Bring it out here. Draw me a card. We draw into another danger. Bring out my my rainbow by bringing this thing back to the hand, because now I get to activate it again. Send the Genta, search out another field spell. Get rid of the field spell, send down the other field spell, activate this field spell, banish our bow, send out another bow. Bow gonna draw me a card, field spell gonna draw me a card, right? We're gonna activate the danger Jackalope, special summon that thing onto the field. We hit the Nessus, so I get to pop a card on the field. I'm gonna bring this thing back to the hand by special summoning my Rafa, right? Now with all of these monsters, we're basically gonna link off into the Sabiu Skull Dread once again. Yo, this deck is ridiculous, bro. You're gonna activate that thing's effect. You're gonna draw 3 cards. I send 3 back so I can keep these right here. Then I'm gonna activate this effect. That way I can special summon the Snow. Because if I special summon the Snow, I can hit a Danger Bigfoot, right? We're gonna hit the other Snow in my hand, special summon the Bigfoot. Then I'm gonna activate this thing's effect, activating the Snow in the graveyard, right? This thing basically just is the attack boost that's activated. In this instance, we did get rid of a fear monster. I get to special summon it onto the field. Then I draw into the Dark World Ascension. That's what I was looking for. And then with both of these monsters, we're gonna Exceed Summon into the number 38 Hopebringer. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna activate the Dark World Ascension. Banishing a Grapha and one of my danger monsters, which is just another dark monster, so we can fusion summon into the Grapha Overlord of the Dark World, right? This thing is gonna give them the attack boost. I get to activate the Grapha and pop that card. Stop setting stuff up while I'm doing my combos, bro. You don't want to do that. So here we're gonna activate the Nessus. We're gonna hit the Rainbow, special summon the Nessus onto the field. Again, that thing's gonna give him the attack boost. I'm gonna activate the Rainbow's effect to get myself another Grapha to the hand, right? Give me that, that's mine. Was it here? Listen, bro, I know what you're looking at. I understand. Bro, listen, I was at work. Somebody was talking to me. I had to go to the elevator. By the time I came back, I thought that this thing was my Coach Carter still. Not Coach Carter, the coach, whatever. So I linked it off, bro. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I'm blind. I'm sorry. So for all of these monsters, we're just going to go into an Appaloosa. Here, honestly, bro, I thought about quitting the game. I thought about scooping because I was so mad. But I was like, this board is still disgusting. So this thing's going to activate. I'm going to activate my Dark World Ascension, bring it back to the hand so I could get rid of the Bogey. Bogey is going to allow itself to special summon itself onto the field, right? Again, this thing's going to give it the attack boost. I'm going to activate the Chupacabra. It's going to hit itself, unfortunately, but it does have a second effect, so I can special summon my Danger Bigfoot back onto the field. Then with both of these monsters, I am going to link them off into the IP Masquerena, right? Again, that thing is just going to give it an attack boost. So we could have ended with this board and this the Hopebringer and this thing, and unfortunately I'm a meathead. You saw what happened, bro, so it is what it is, right? So here they're gonna basically lava golem my whole board, because that's what I had, bro. That's my main juice right there. So they lava golem that thing. I activate the Grapha second effect, which is gonna allow me to special summon the other regular Grapha, and now we both have to discard a card. So they discard the Ariana, right? And I discarded the Genta. That's going to activate the Diabolica in the graveyard to special summon itself. So we still have some big bodies. Here, I still have the effect of the IP Masquerena to go into an Underworld or a Unicorn, right? So, again, this thing is just giving everything an attack boost. They said on a shop, and I'm like, yeah, let's get it, bro. With both of these monsters, the monster you gave me and my monster, I'm going to link off into the Nightmare Unicorn. I got to use the gifts that you gave me, bro. It's courteous, right? Activate that thing's effect. Get rid of the Ascension. And then I'm going to bounce that little card back, the little credit card, back into their deck. Get it out of here. Congratulations. So, here we're going to draw into a card. I wasn't even going to BM, bro. I could have activated our Ascension, get rid of this thing, do a bunch of other shenanigans, go into the Grapha again. But we did have lethal damage, so there was no point in BMing and doing all the extra shenanigans, right? Just slap him in the face. It's GG's. We'll see you tomorrow. So with that being said, let's go into that Max E challenge that we took. Crazy. Actually, before we go to the Max E challenge, I have another interesting replay that I want to show you. It was against Ice Jades, and I actually played really technical during this time. So hopefully the video is not too long, man. I don't want it to be too long, but I want you guys ask for more replays. So the thing is that this deck takes forever to do anything, so we're just gonna speed it up. We hit the snow, we're gonna activate the snow, get another Genta, send it to the graveyard. Genta gonna give me a field spell, activate field spell, we'll set it down, activate it, banish Genta, get rid of another Dark World that's gonna search as a Grapha. Genta special summon itself, get another Grapha again, send the Grapha by special summoning the Rainbow, activate the Genta again, get another field spell activate, banish the Genta, getting rid of the bow gonna allow me to draw a card, activate Nemesis Corridor, special summon it, tribute it for Thunder Dragon, get rid of the Bigfoot, we hit the Danger gonna allow us to special summon another card, we go into the Coach, poop, Monster, 800, poop, Monster 800, poop, Monster 800, yo, that thing is, yo, that's so stupid. So we hit the Dark World, we hit the Lava Golem, special summon that thing onto the field, activate the Nessus. That thing's just gonna pop a card, but there's no card to pop. We're gonna go into the Cross Sheep, right? We both for these monsters, we're gonna go into the Abyss Dweller. I'm gonna slow it down now. We're gonna activate the Jackalope by normal summoning the Blackwing. Then we're gonna go into the Mercurier, right? Then I'm gonna activate this thing's effect, bringing the field spell back to the hand so I can special summon it onto the field. That way I can activate the field spell again. We're gonna activate that thing's effect, banishing the Lava Golem, getting rid of the Snow, drawing a card. Snow is gonna draw me another card, well, search me out a Dark World card, and then Diabolica gets to special summon itself onto the field, right? Then we're gonna get ourselves a Dark World Ascension, activate the Ascension, banishing a Grapha and another Dark World monster. Doesn't really matter which, it's just a dark monster. And then we're gonna go into a Fusion monster, right? We get onto the field, activate that thing's effect, bring it back so that way we can get rid of one of our cards. We're gonna get rid of the Rainbow. Rainbow again is gonna search me out another Grapha, which basically is ammunition for me to pop cards, right? Then with both of these monsters, we're gonna link them off and go into the IP Masquerena, bring it out here. That's gonna trigger this thing's effect. I'm gonna basically get rid of one of my Graphas so I can special summon this thing onto the field, because what I can do now is recycle. Look at this, right? Activate my Grapha, bring it onto the field. Well, no, not my Grapha, my Rainbow. So now that I get the Rainbow onto the field, activate my Grapha, bring the Grapha onto the field. Look at this, bro. I basically got two of my cards back from the graveyard. I can pop a card, I can send this down and get myself another Grapha, or I can basically, when I negate, send it to the graveyard and draw a card. Craziness. And look at this board. At this point in time, we have a Abyss Dweller. They can't add cards from their extra deck, which is crazy. I have an Up Negate and I have a freaking potential Appaloosa or Bounce Back to the hand. Jesus Christ, man. They're gonna activate the Infinite Permanence, trying to negate this thing. I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not with that, bro. We're gonna activate our Grapha, right? Negate that thing. You're not adding anything. And now I get to draw a card because we got rid of the bro, right? Boop. Actually, because this thing becomes their effect, bro has an effect that basically when it's discarded by your opponent's effect, which basically this thing is that, or your opponent's effect, you get to draw two cards. Craziness, right? So here they're gonna special summon, but normal summon the Deep Sea Diva. Then they're gonna special summon the Guitar Garners, banishing a card. Then they're gonna give this thing a level boost. They're gonna set down the Ice Jade Manifestation, special summoning the Age Green, right? Now they're gonna start doing stuff here. Look, don't be me, bro. This thing on the field is useless. I could have used this to link off into the Appaloosa and use 3 materials instead of 2, which would have gave me 3 monster negates. But I am a certified burger, bro. So I only use 2 monsters. I only have 2 monster negates. I could have had 3, but it is what it is. So here they're gonna synchro summon to the Deep Sea Prima Donna, right? They're gonna activate that thing's effect. I don't like that. So I'm gonna negate that thing with the Goddess. Get the thing out of my face, bro. Nah. Because the thing is, they can't add cards from the deck, but they can still special summon monsters from the deck. That's what that thing's effect is, and I wasn't with that. So they're gonna activate the Royal Penguin Garden, and I'm like, oh, they're Happy Feet me now. So they're gonna send Happy Feet to the graveyard, and then they're gonna use both of these monsters to synchro summon into the Ice Jade, Gamir, Agrain. And you guys know that this card is saucy, right? They're gonna basically slap my Appaloosa in the face. They can't really do anything else. They're gonna set down their high school ID because that thing is useless. There's no glowing effect. And here I activated the Abyss Dweller immediately because if this thing gets destroyed, they could bring it back with some of their IJ's monsters, and I don't need that. So activate that thing's effect. They were like, yo bro, nah, you got it. Look at all of the cards I have in my hand, bro. I could have popped that thing 1,000 times. I could have popped it. They could have revived it. I could have popped it again. I could have went. Listen, bro. It was GG's, bro. I could have made a freaking Underworld Goddess with that thing if I wanted to. So with that being said, let's go into the Max C challenge. Alright, gang. Here we are for the Max C challenge portion of the video. Now, we played through a Nibiru and we played through a Infinite Impermanence with this deck. It was again life swings. I also did this to Runic. I did it to Runic. They Max C me and I destroyed them. I'm gonna show you that later. So here, I'm gonna set down the Dark World Archive. I'm gonna activate my Danger Chocolipo, whatever. They're gonna Max C me. So we're just gonna fast forward this because again, I'm gonna hit that thing. I'm gonna special summon itself because we hit it. Normal summon the snow, getting rid of the bow. That way I could draw a card. Then I can get rid of this thing, draw 2 more cards right there, right? Again, bring this thing back by special summoning the rainbow. Get rid of the Grapha with the Nessus. That's going to trigger to pop something. That's not to pop. I'm going to send that card back. So here he Nibiru's us. And I'm like, congratulations, you played yourself. So I'm going to activate the Danger Bigfoot, getting rid of the snow. Snow is going to activate, getting myself a Genta. Genta is going to activate, getting myself a Field Spell. Set down the Field Spell, banish the Genta. Genta is going to special summon itself, getting rid of the bow. Bow is going to draw me a card. Boop. Draw me, send it back, special summon. Anytime you have any one of your level 7 or lower Dark World monsters, you can recycle this thing in your rainbow, bro. It's ridiculous. So yeah, bring that thing back, get rid of the Grapha, especially some of the Grapha with this thing. Now I got 3 level 8s, right? I'm still gonna hit the danger cards. Well, I'm gonna activate the Genta again. That way I can search out my Field Spell once again. Setting down the Field Spell, 3 level 8s, Coach. This is my favorite effect of all time. Get rid of it. Monster. Slap him. Get rid of it. Spell. We don't get to slap anybody. Get rid of it. Monster. Slap him. Activate my Field Spell. Banishing a bow. Banishing a rainbow. And we're drawing to the Diabolica, right? That's going to allow me to special summon it. Rainbow is going to allow me to get a Grapha to the hand. Then I'm going to activate the Dark World Ascension, right? Bring it onto the... banishing 2 monsters so I can get the Grapha onto the field. The Fusion Summon one. Activate that thing's effect, bring it back, getting rid of the rainbow. Then I'm gonna activate the Danger Mothman, right? We're gonna hit the Grapha, and because I hit the Grapha, get your Nibiru out of my face. I don't want to see it. With all of these monsters, we're gonna go into the Sariua. Oh my goodness! Activate the Sariua, draw 3 cards. Activate the Nemesis Corridor, special summon it. We're gonna leave it onto the field. We're gonna activate that thing's effect, special summon another level 4. We're gonna go into the Grapha. Oh my goodness! Activate the Grapha. Get rid of 2 cards, draw 2 cards. We draw into the card that I was looking for, Card of Destruction, right? This thing's gonna allow me to bring this thing back, activating my gates, set down the other gates. Here they had 19 cards, and I'm pretty sure they had more than 19 cards in the hand, right? So I was like, I still have to get an Appaloosa onto the field just in case they do have like a, what do you call it? A monster, like a Ash Blossom or something, or a Veiler, because this thing I'm gonna use it just in case they have an Imperm, right? For what I'm about to do. Again, I'm gonna get rid of the card, hit the danger, we hit the same danger, so that thing's effective. So I gotta send a danger to the graveyard. I activate the Jackalope, we hit itself, so I get to special summon onto the field. Well, I actually couldn't special summon it anymore. I'm sorry. We're gonna go into the Mudbreaker, right? We're gonna activate the Mudbreaker effect. I'm gonna target the snow, and this is what I was telling you. This is what I was holding the Grapha for. We're gonna negate that thing, and all they had was 18 cards, bro. I sent a bunch of cards to the graveyard, so like they gotta send all of that down there. 22 cards. They had way less than 22 cards. They're gonna draw all their cards, and it's GG's. Oh my goodness. I did this twice. I did this to Runic, bro. It was the most hilarious thing. Yo, I can't show it to you because the video is already long enough. So let's go break down that deck list. Alright, gang, here we are for the deck list portion of the video. Now I am running 3 bros, yeah, 3 of those, and the reason why is that we're discarding so much. This thing basically is like we're just drawing cards. Discard this, draw a card. Discard it, draw a card. Normal summon it, bring your level 8s onto the field. Discard it, draw another card. This thing is play this at 3. Please play this at 3, bro. Then we have 2 danger Jackalopes. We have 2 danger Tushinokos. Again, they're just dangerous card. I like having these above other ones because these have extra effects. If you get rid of them, if you hit themselves, they get to special summon themselves onto the field. So that's really good. If you don't hit them, then you special summon and draw a card, which is amazing. Then I'm only running one Belgi or Belliage. And it's because it's a level 4. I don't need that many level 4s. We already have a good amount of level 4s. But this is still good to discard as one of your, and banish 2 as one of your Dark World monsters. 1 Black Wing Sephiroth. If this thing wasn't once per turn, oh my god. If this thing wasn't once per turn, it will make it so you basically had 6 of these, which would be wild. So that's why we only run it at 1, because it is once per turn. Then we run 3 Snow. Snow is gonna search you out any one of your Dark World monsters. So when you discard this, most of the time you're gonna get rid of your Genta, because you're gonna activate the Genta's effect. You're gonna send it to the graveyard, and you're gonna search out your field spell. So most of the time that's what I use her for. Then Danger Chupacabra is a Fiend monster. You might want to bump that up to 2, because it is a Fiend monster for this thing to get rid of when you gotta banish a monster. But I'm fine with it at 1. It's one of the danger monsters. Then Mothman, you could bump this up to 3 if you like. It's actually one of the best ones, because when you discard it, again, it could draw your card. But a lot of the time, it's also going to allow you to special summon one of your dangers, right? Then you got your Nemesis Corridor. I'm telling you, bro, this little package right here is crazy, because if you need a level 4 to go into Grapha or to your Abyss Dweller, then just normal summon this. If you need another extra level 8 because you don't have enough, tribute it and bring this thing. If you don't want to use it as your end board, just use it to make your coach, bro. It's ridiculous. It's really good. It's like you have 2 options in 1. Come on, bro. Play that thing. We have 3 Gentas. Basically, this is your field spell. You're going to search out your field spell, banish it, special summon, you got a level 4. That effect to special summon itself from the banish zone is only 1, so remember that. You can't just continue banishing and special summoning it. Only once per turn. That's the only downside to it, right? Then we have 1 Salamander Catalyzer. This thing is amazing because it's another level 4. If you want to special summon your level 8s, like sometimes you could activate this thing's effect, show them one of your Grapha, and if you want to have a level 8 on your field instead of a level 4, then just special summon the Grapha. If you need a level 4, special summon this thing and then pop a card with the Grapha. It's amazing. 1 Shadow Beast. Again, we're discarding cards. We want to draw cards. Discard this thing, draw a card. What else am I supposed to tell you? 2 Danger Nessies. Again, it's a level 7, so it's not that great, but at least it has a second effect as well as like some of the other ones, right? I'm only running 1 Lava Golem because I'm drawing so much that if I don't need to use this and if I want to keep, I'm gonna basically draw into this doing my combo on my first turn while breaking a board. So I don't really care. I actually did that once or twice. So I only run it at 1 because I don't need more than 1. Then 3 Graphas. You could play with 2 Graphas. I like having 3 because it gives me a higher chance to end with it on my hand. So if I negate something with this thing, then I can pop a card. But you could play this deck with 2. If you're on a budget, you could play it with 2. You could technically play it with 1, but 2 or 3, please. Then we have 2 Danger Bigfoot. You could definitely play with 1 Danger Bigfoot. I run it at 2 because I like having enough level 8 all the time, because I love this thing. I love its effect, bro. I'm telling you, super fun. Then 2 Danger Thunderbirds. This is the worst one of them all, in my opinion. Unless you're going second, because if you're going second and you hit it, then you get to pop a set card on the field. But other than that, it's just another level 8 for you to have on the field when you're hitting your dangers and you don't hit this one, right? Then 1 Danger Agapunko. This is again another level 8. You want to have 3 level 8s on the field so you could go crazy. So that's why I have this one in here. Then Rainbow, I run it at 3. You can run this at 2. You can, but again, 2 or 3, never 1. 2 or 3, please. 3 the best. Again, this is just gonna search you out your Grapha. Every time you get rid of it, it's gonna search you out your Grapha. But the thing about both of these monsters, and if you have this, or this on the field, bounce them back to your hand and special summon them from the graveyard. It's ridiculous. So that's why I'm running those 3 and 3, right? Then please play the Diabolica. This is another level 8. Come on, bro. And the reason why you need so many level 8s is because you want to end up with this thing for Despia, right? You want to get rid of that brand diffusion, and then you can make this thing easily. You can make this thing easily. You can legitimately go second, do a bunch of shenanigans, let your opponent negate everything, and then bring 2 level 2s on the field and then just body them with this thing. That's why this is the best version. So yeah, that's why I'm running that thing. So please run it. Then, and it's a rare. Come on, brothers. Then Card of Destruction. If you're taking the Max C challenge, all you have to do is make them draw half of their deck. Then what you'll do after, maybe a little more than half of their deck. Then if you can, make an Appaloosa or make this thing. That way they can't Valor you or Ash Blossom this thing, and then activate that thing and you won the game. You basically decked them out. So this thing is amazing, right? Then 3 of your field spells, please. You can play it with 2 if you're on a budget, but 3 is the best. I recommend playing that thing at 3 always and forever, bro. But if you're on a budget and you can only have 2, then yeah. But if you're on a budget and you can only have 2, then bring this down to 2 as well. Then I got 1 Dark World Archetypes. You don't need more than 1 of these. This card is amazing. Please run that thing. It's going to allow you to get rid of a Fiend monster. And then when you discard a Fiend monster, which most of the time will be one of your Dark World monsters, you get to draw 2 cards. So you basically discarded 2 cards to draw 2 cards. But that's fine because you want to discard cards, right? And then Dark World Ascension. This thing is amazing. You're going to activate this effect. Get rid of any one of your dangers or any dark monster. Get rid of one of your Graphas from the graveyard. Fusion summon into this thing and then activate this effect, bring it back to the hand, and then you're going to basically get rid of one of your other, hopefully one of your other Dark World monsters, right? So it's amazing. That is the whole main deck. For your extra deck, again, Thunder Dragon Colossus, 1 level 8, 1 level 4 package. If you manage to keep it onto the field, your opponent cannot, they have to draw cards in order to add them to the hand, brothers. Come on now. 1 Grapha. Again, most people play this at 2, right? I would play it at 2 if I had the space, but I love my extra deck the way it is. So I only run it at 1. I don't need it more than 1, honestly speaking. Then number 100, again, this thing, this thing, and this thing. This thing is going to allow you to end games extremely quick. You saw what it did to Branded Despia. When I would have had to done so much to break that board, bro. And instead of breaking the board, I just ended the game by activating this thing. Also, something you could do is, if you can make your Grapha or make this thing, if you can make any one of these before you make this thing, it's better because you'll get a bigger attack boost. This thing gets 1,000 attack for every Exceed rank that's on the field. Remember that. So make as many Exceeds as you can before you make this thing. Then where are we? Yeah, Abyss Dweller. Come on, brothers. 2 level 4s. We have a bunch of level 4s. Clap tears. This thing, again, 2 level 4s. Draw 2 cards. Keep your next draw phase. You don't even care about drawing cards after you make a crazy board, right? Coach, draw a card. If it's a monster, pop him in the face. Draw a card. If it's a monster, pop him in the face. Draw a card. If it's a monster, pop him in the face. Come on, bro. This is ridiculous. Number 38, Hopebringer. This is basically, it says Branded Fusion. My Branded Fusion is my material. I need it now. That's what that thing says. Again, this is a part of your level 100 OTK. IP Masquerena. Come on, brothers. And then Sheep. Sheep, I mainly have it because any 2 monsters, right? You're gonna make this thing. Then you're basically gonna put the Grapha or this thing under it. Under one of his pointy arrows, and then anytime you normal special summon a monster onto the other arrow, it's gonna allow you to special summon one of your level 4s from the graveyard. Another body on the field, bro. Come on. And then you use it to link off into any one of your other links because it's already a link too. Crazy. Please play this. It's a rare budget. Come on. Macracker, whatever. This thing is one of the new cards. It's a super rare. You could craft this, bro. It's amazing. It's gonna allow you to bring back any one of your Fiend monsters. What I like to do is activate this effect, bring any one of these if I can. I mean, yeah. And then if I have this in the graveyard, bring this thing back, special summon my level 8. That's what I like to do with it. Then Soryu, you saw this, bro. You make this thing with 4 monsters every time. It's gonna allow you to draw 3 cards. Send 2 back, I think it is. Yeah, send 2 of them back, or 3, whatever. And then it's also going to allow you to special summon a monster. And it's going to give every monster that you special summon into a pointy arrow an attack boost. Come on, brothers. Appaloosa, you guys know, any 4 monsters, you're just going to have bodies on the field all day, every day. Appaloosa is necessary. And then to get rid of them big towers, you have a goddess, bro. You have a fire goddess. So that is the deck list. That is the breakdown. If you guys have any questions, comments, and concerns, leave them in the comment section below. If you need real Yu-Gi-Oh cards, there's a link in the description for our sponsor Jay. Get in there and take a look around, bro. You might want something. Maybe you don't want to play the deck, but there's a card that you really like. You want to keep it in your room or something for decorations. Do that. Get in there. And yeah, again, I think this is the first version because you're gonna end games quick. You can maxi challenge like it's nobody business, and the ratio of it is really good, bro. I honestly really enjoyed this ratio of this deck right here. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, again, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe for the boy, because I would genuinely appreciate it. With that being said, continue having a great day, and I'm gonna catch the gang next time. Peace.